Hi, I'm Mr. Mike. I'm one of the librarians at the Borough Park Library. I've been watching the storytelling videos on our Facebook page, and I want to serve the community as well. However, I don't have any children's books in my apartment because I'm not a children's librarian, so I decided to write one. Now, the books that the people have been reading have pictures on them that help with the words. Well, I can't draw, so what I'm going to do is just explain what I would have drawn if I could draw. The title of the book is Penguin Library. Page 1. Although it seems like a great idea, and the picture is of a library, and there's a penguin looking out from every window in the library. And we know it's a library because it has a sign that says Public Library. And hanging from that sign is a banner, a yellow banner with red letters, and the red letters spell out Now with Penguins. And there are balloons hanging from the banner, red balloons. And okay, so now page 2. Penguins don't belong in libraries. So now we have the same library, but the banner has fallen half off and all the balloons have popped. Page 3. Penguins would peel off the labels. So we have a penguin staring at a label on its flipper, and it looks mad. And the label says 598. Either on their own, and now we have a bunch of penguins taking off the labels. So one is pulling off the label on its flipper with its beak. One of them is trying to get at a label at its ankles. Let me show you that. Okay, I can't reach. Sorry about that. And the third one is reaching backwards with its beak to try to get a label that's attached to its butt. So it's going, oh boy. And I can't do that either. Sorry about that. Or with the help of a friend. Now, I don't have a friend to help me due to social distancing, so I'm just going to act it out with my hands. We got one penguin here, and it's taking off a label that's on the back of the penguin's head. The penguins would never stay on the shelves. So we just have a scene of penguins walking around the library, a little girl trying to chase after one. So don't shelve them too high. So we have the librarian grab the penguin, is putting them up on a high shelf, but behind him, there's one penguin getting ready to jump. There's another penguin in the process of falling, and there's a third penguin lying on the ground like this, and the stars go around his head. Because penguins may be birds, but they don't fly. So if they jump from someplace high, they're going to hurt themselves. You can't borrow a penguin. So now we have a confused-looking penguin going, huh? You either want one, and we got a picture of that girl. She finally caught a penguin and she's hugging it, and the penguins have to be hugged. Or you don't. And we have a boy turning up his nose at a penguin. Him. And the feeling's mutual. The penguin's turning up its beak at the boy. The leopard seal says he wants to borrow the penguin. So now we have a picture of a leopard seal standing on its hind flipper. He's licking his lips, and he's wearing a bib that says, I love penguins. His left flipper holds a knife and fork. His right flipper holds a book with the words 100 penguin recipes on the cover. But next week, he'll say that he lost it. And the leopard seal is just looking like this. In the far background, a scared penguin is peeking in the window. Taking away his library card won't bring the penguin back. So now we have a pair of scissors cutting up a library card that says L Seal. And the seal looks outraged. Ah! And in the background, though, we see that penguin. It says, maybe it might. See? The leopard seal really did lose the penguin. It ran away when it found out it was going to be eaten. But now that the leopard seal doesn't have a library card, the penguin is going to be coming back to the library. Air conditioning bills would be too high in the summer. So we have a picture of the librarian looking at the electric bill, and it's on a piece of paper, and it just scrolls over the desk, onto the floor, over some tables, over the shelves, and just a one with all these zeros after it. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And you just see the librarian, his hair is standing straight up like this, and his face is like, ah! People would complain in the winter. So now the library's floor is covered in ice. There's icicles hanging from the shelves. All of the penguins are ice skating. All the people are bundled up. One person is on the ground because he slipped on the ice and the stars going around his head. Penguins never pay attention to the no eating in the library signs. So we've got two penguins sharing a tin of sardines. They're eating it like this. Ah. And the librarian's just in the background, really annoyed. Ah. And the lines for the bathroom would be too long. So we just have all these penguins, one after the other. If you ever saw the film March of the Penguins, about how the penguins march during the winter in Antarctica, it's like that. Each one following the other, line after line. So take my advice and don't allow penguins in the library. So the librarian's fed up, he's just pointing, getting out, and that big line of penguins is now pointing the other direction, out the door. The little girl is really sad about it. The boy's happy about it. Now, monkeys, on the other hand, so now we have a library full of monkeys. We have two monkeys dancing on the table. We have one monkey throwing books. We have one eating a banana, and there's a whole stack of peels next to the monkey. We got another monkey swinging from the lights. And then we have one monkey peacefully reading Curious George. And now the boy is happy, but the girl is distressed, and the librarian is exasperated. All right, that's the end of the story. But if you want to learn about the Dewey Decimal System, you can stay on. If not, thank you for watching. Okay, so the penguin had a label on its flipper that said 598. Okay, that is the Dewey Decimal number for a book on penguins. All books that are nonfiction have a number on them, which tells us where to shelve them. Now, I don't have a penguin book in my house. I have a book on dinosaurs, and it's a nonfiction book, and its Dewey Decimal number is right here, and that's where all books would have the Dewey Decimal numbers. Now, the numbers tell you where the book is located. So, 598, the 5 means that's a science book. If the number was a 7, it would be an art book. So it would be a book about drawing penguins, maybe. And if it was in the 900s, if it was a 9, it would be a book on history. So it could be a book on great penguins in history, or it could be geography. So it could be a book on Antarctica, where penguins are from. Now, the second digit further narrows down the sciences. So it's a 9. So that means it's a book about a living creature. The dinosaur book had a 6 in that position because dinosaurs are extinct. So extinct animals are under the numbers 5, 6. And there are other numbers. If it was 5, 2, it would be a book on astronomy. If it was 5, 1, it would be a book on mathematics. And then the last number, 8, that means that's a book on birds. If it was 599, it would be about a book on mammals. If it was 597, it would be a book on reptiles. Now, most libraries have a decimal after the first 3 digits. All books will have 3 digits, but most libraries will have a decimal and then 2 digits afterwards. And for a penguin book, those digits would be 4 and 7. The 4 means that it's a book on birds that live in the water. So that's penguins, but that's also ducks, geese, and swans. And the 7 means that's a book on penguins. Now, The beauty of the Dewey Decimal System is that you could make those numbers apply to everything. I took a class where I learned how to make a Dewey Decimal number that could be assigned to every individual penguin in the world that ever existed. However, I would have to know exactly where the penguin was born, like to the square meter, and when that penguin was born, to the minute. And so that's unlikely. But if I had that information, I would be able to make up a number for every penguin that ever existed. Of course, the Dewey Decimal label would be 7 feet long, and the penguin would keep on tripping over it. And so if they didn't like a little label, they would really hate the long label. So it doesn't really make a point. All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye.